Hello to all my class 10 students out here. Welcome on the platform Deeksha, Vedantu, and this is your SST faculty Tanvi Ma'am. And today in this video we are going to deal all the image based questions. Just a quick answer in the comment box that have you seen the sample paper yet or not. In this sample paper which is released by CBSE 2025-2026, you can see that there are two questions that are image based questions, and if you will witness some previous year question paper also, you will see that there are so many questions which are asked from the images. But I know that whenever you are reading the NCERT, you sometimes miss to see the boxes that are written below the images, and this is how you lose your 1 or 2 marker in your exam. No worries my dear students, because by this video we are going to deal all the expected questions from the images in your books of history and civics particularly. Welcome to you on the platform Deeksha Vedantu once again. Let's start with the very first question of the day. Who is represented as a postman in the given picture? Now, if you are unable to see this picture in the book, you missed it somehow, or you missed the box below it, then the question becomes difficult. Okay, so who is represented as a postman in the given picture? The picture is here. Options are option A, Giuseppe Mazzini, B, Napoleon Bonaparte, C, Otto von Bismarck, and D, that is Garibaldi. Now, you can see that this picture is of Napoleon Bonaparte. My dear students, the picture is of Napoleon Bonaparte, and below the figure the description is given that when he had a battle at Leipzig, right, when he had a battle at Leipzig, he lost many territories which he once occupied, right? So it is the courier of Rhineland losses all that he has on his way home from Leipzig when he was coming back after that war that is fought in the year 1813. These letters that are lost here are the territories which he lost on this war or battle. Do you remember how we need to crack that 1 or 2 mark which we need not to lose in the exams? We are not ought to lose them, right? This is how we are going to deal with them. Moving to the next question, the cover of German almanac designed by journalist Andreas Rebmann in 1798. So this is some cover, okay? The picture is given in the book. Describe the event. Now, again, you're stressing in your mind, right? The picture I saw somewhere, but I'm missing it. Then how you will answer it? So my dear students, option A, storming of Bastille. B, it is city of Mainz. C, 2 buildings of France, or D, none of these. Now see, it can be 2 buildings of France looking like that. It can be a city of Mainz, but I am not recalling it. So my dear students, for that, read the boxes that are given below the figures in the book. This cover of German almanac is designed by the artist, that is Andreas Rebmann. Now the artist's name is also important. It is clear from this type of questions that the way you are dealing SST is something that can lose your marks, right? You need to just stay focused for that, nothing else. It's nothing like very difficult. It's just we need to keep our focus while reading the NCERT, okay? Here you also need to remember one word, that is the artist name Andreas Rebmann, and this painting was made in the year 1798. Now describe the event. Is it storming of Bastille? Yes, the picture is taken from the event of French Revolution, okay, that started in the year 1789. But before that, we have seen that in that fort city of Bastille, the storming took place and everyone, the people gathered to fight against the monarchy. Okay. Next question, which of the following best signifies this image? Now this is one image. Which event signifies it? Option A, war at Zweibrücken. B, people celebrating Christmas. C, planting of the tree of liberty, or it is D, none of the above. Now the confusion starts. We'll move to the box, and the box says that the planting of tree of liberty in Zweibrücken, Germany. Now, planting of tree of liberty is also there. War at Zweibrücken is also there. Now, let us figure out which is the correct one. So, as you can see in this box, the planting of tree in Zweibrücken, Germany, this is painted by an artist named as Karl Caspar Fritz. Okay, it is named as Karl Caspar Fritz in the occupation of the town of Zweibrücken by French armies. So, what happened? French soldiers soldiers recognizably by blue, white and red uniforms. In this picture, you can see that there are certain French soldiers in blue, white and red uniform have been portrayed as oppressors as they seize peasants' carts. So basically, the French people were seizing this area, right, and they were applying force on the peasants and they were harassing the young women, etc. So when the people were planting this tree of liberty, okay, when the people were planting this tree of liberty, there was French people who were not allowing them to do so. So the correct answer to this question is planting of the tree of liberty. Get my point here? So this picture signifies it. Moving to the next, which of the following aspect best signifies this image of Germania? Now do you know, like we Indians have Bharat Mata. Okay, what is Bharat Mata? An allegory, female allegory of the nation. Like when we talk about India, right, what the thing that comes in our mind to picturize India is either the map of India or the poster of Bharat Mata to show someone, right? So in the previous time when romanticism or romantic movement was there, we have seen the role of pictures too, allegory too, to raise the feeling of nationalism within the people. Okay, so in Germany, the popular figure was this Germania. However, there are various pictures of Germania in our SST book, but here, this picture is very important. Why? What does it signify here? Right? Option A, heroism and justice. Option B, folk and cultural tradition. Option C, that's austerity and asceticism. Or option D, that's revenge and vengeance. So my dear students, there is a box in your SST book, right, which talks about so many symbols and their meaning. Now see, this woman is wearing a crown of oak leaves over her head, right? What does it mean? It means heroism and justice. This picture of Germania represents what? Heroism and justice. Do you know? One event is there in history, but I know that I'm clubbing so many events, you might be missing some, but I know you remember the Frankfurt Parliament. Have you noticed that picture of Frankfurt Parliament on the wall? There lies an image, and that image was of Germania. Do you know? So Germania, this picture of Germania is made by Philippe in the year 1848, exactly the same year Frankfurt Parliament held. Okay, so Philippe artists prepared this painting of Germania on a cotton banner as it was meant to hang from the ceiling of Church of St. Paul, where Frankfurt Parliament was convened in March 1848. Okay, so hope whenever such question comes in mind, you remember this video that I am thankful I watched this image-based questions by Tanvi Ma'am. Okay, moving to the next, which of the following aspect of Bismarck is known as in this image? So by seeing this image, what do you think Bismarck is doing? Option A, his democratic nature. Do you think that by this hunter in his hand, he is showing the democratic nature? His strict and violent nature? C, his sympathetic nature? Or D, none of the above? I don't think we even need to guess the answer. Rather than close your eyes and answer B is correct here, because clearly whenever a person is taking a hunter in his hand, he's not showing a generous democratic nature. It's violent and strict nature. If we talk about Otto von Bismarck, although he is the person who is considered as backbone for German unification or father of German unification, right? But we know that what made Germany a unified nation, it was army. And whenever there is army, there is war, there are fights. Okay, yes. So below this picture it is written caricature of Otto von Bismarck in the German Reichstag Parliament from Figaro, Vienna, 5th March 1870. Got it? Which of the following event is described in this picture? See, a very young man is sitting on the chair. People are surrounding him. What event is going on here? Option A, signing of the Treaty of Vienna. Is it? B, founding of the Young Europe in Bern in 1833. C, Giuseppe Mazzini unifying Italy. Or D, that's none of the above. Now, in this type of questions, just use your mind, right? Use your mind if something is left after reading history. How? Which event is designed in this name? Now, see, signing of the Treaty of Vienna. Do you know that Treaty of Vienna was signed in the year 1815? right? And it was not a small treaty, it was large treaty where there were so many peoples included from different countries. However, how do we know that, right? Talking about C option, Giuseppe Mazzini unifying Italy. Giuseppe Mazzini tried to unify Italy but failed. His revolts failed. Third option is not correct. It is, he was founding of Young Europe in Bern in the year 1833. C is the correct option. If you will look at the figure and the description, in the description it is written Giuseppe Mazzini and the founding of Young Europe in Bern 1833, and this is a print by Giacomo Mentegazza. Not to remember the print by, only remember this is the picture by Giuseppe Mazzini, okay, in 1833, where he was signing to form a Young Europe group, right? Do you remember that these were the revolutionaries group, Young Europe, Young Italy, formed by Giuseppe Mazzini particularly. Okay, the painting Dream of Democratic and Social Republic was prepared by, this is first page of our history book, my dear students. Throughout the year, whenever you are opening that history book, the first thing if you see was this picture, and if you are still unable to answer this, then there is a problem. Okay, let's check. So, the painting Dream of Democratic and Social Republic was prepared by option A, Giuseppe Mazzini, option B, Henry Patullo, option C, Frederick Sorrieu, or it's D, that's Duke Metternich. Write down comments, give me the answer that this is the correct answer, ma'am, because I am not going to tell you this, right? This is your work, you will comment down, and also that in which year this painting was made, because it is a utopian vision of a person that the country should get what? Democratic, social and republic. So, next. Which event among the following is the reason for the flee of Louis Philippe in 1848? So, we know that in France or in European countries or in other countries too, many times happened when the people are putting so much pressure on the king, the king sometimes decides to flee away. No other options left, otherwise people will kill them. So again this happened in France in the year 1848 when Louis Philippe flew away. What happened? A, that's peasant uprising, option B, revolution of the liberals, option C, outbreak of French Revolution, or it's option D, that war between France and Russia. So my students, I'll just brief you out about this. In 1848, right, from the starting of 1830s, Europe was facing economic crisis. Okay, that economic crisis was due to the various reasons, and that various reasons, one is unemployment, the people were unemployed. The other is migration from slum areas to urban cities. Another was stiff competition by the British companies, particularly in textile industry, and many more such like that. Now, because of all these things, the poor people were so much affected, and this is somewhere peasant uprisings that held in Europe, where ruler of monarch of France was so upset that he could not, he was not able to consider that situation or handle that situation, and what he decided was to flew away. That is why in 1848 France became a republic nation, okay, from constitutional monarchy. So when did France become republic nation? Comment down right now. Okay, which of the following best signifies this image? See, this is which the image I was talking about, that when you will see that wall, you will see this picture of Germania. See how interesting. We need to figure out everything in history. We just saw a picture made by Philippe, and that picture is hanging on the wall of St. Paul Church, where Frankfurt Parliament was held, and somewhere I just said the answer too. No worries. Options are A, Round Table Conference at London, B, Constituent Assembly of India, C, the Frankfurt Parliament in the Church of St. Paul, and D, the Hall of Mirrors of Versailles. So I guess you know the answer. It's C, Frankfurt Parliament in the Church of St. Paul. Even below the picture, you can see the description that says the Frankfurt Parliament in the Church of St. Paul, contemporary color print. Now, notice the woman in upper left gallery. Why they are saying to notice the woman? Because This is one of the reason for the failure of Frankfurt Parliament, that women were invited, but they were just standing like visitors gallery. They were not allowed to speak something. They were not even allowed to ask for their rights. Okay, so do you remember that? 3 reasons because of which Frankfurt Parliament failed. If not, take out your book, revise it right now, because now we are just close to our board exams. Okay, next. Okay, before moving to the next one, I just want to share to all my students out here that if you want this PDF, right, there is no if, you want this PDF because this will be helpful for your future exams, you need to do one single thing: join this WhatsApp group. Right? Once you join this WhatsApp group, you will get direct to PDF of these questions where I have designed you for all the image-based expected questions. Okay? If not yet done, the link is given in the description box. Do it right now. And yes, subscribe the YouTube channel, man. You're in the middle of the video. That means you are enjoying it. Okay. What does the crown of oak leaves represent in the picture? So now, this is a picture that's given in our book. See, this is the picture where you have so many items, like you have breastplate with eagle, you have a sword, you have crown with oak leaves, you have flag of France, right? The rays of the rising sun and many more. But here, they are asking that what does the crown of oak leaf signifies? Option A, willingness to make peace. Option B, strength. Option C, that's readiness to fight. Or option D, that's heroism. What does the crown of oak leaves represent? So my dear students, okay, it represents heroism. The crown of oak leaves represent what? Heroism, because this is also seen in the picture of Germania that she is wearing it. Get it? So, next one. Study the picture carefully and answer in which year this mass possession took place. Students, now we are shifting from Europe to the questions from the chapter Nationalism in India. Okay, here is a picture given where so many people you can see in a possession. They are moving to somewhere. This picture is from which event? Option A, 13th April 1920. Option B, that's 6th April 1990. Or option C, 30 March 1919. Or it's option D, that's none of the above. Right? So when you start reading the chapter Nationalism in India, in the first or second page itself, you will see this picture. I know it's hard to remember so many events from nationalism in India, but do you have any option? No option. Remember it. So, this picture is taken from 6th April 1990. We know that Gandhiji entered India in 1915. And since he entered India, he was finding one base that because of which I can launch a nationwide satyagrah. And this was provided to him by the Rowlatt Act passed by Britishers. Right? A Rowlatt Act, such an inhuman act, it is considered as Black Act because that allowed the detention of Indian political leaders without any trial for 2 years, right? The Janta, everyone here in India was so much stressed by this act, and in response, Gandhiji decided to launch Rowlatt Satyagrah. This possession is the response of this Satyagraha on the date 6th of April 1919. Right, on the date 6th of April 1919. Which is the correct option? Option B. You can see that the description says 6th April 1919 mass procession on the streets become a common feature during the national movement. Clear or not? Give me a thumbs up if this thing is clear to you. Next one in the list. Which of the following event is related to the given image? Now see this image. Okay. There are certain officers of Britishers, police officers particularly, who are asking the people to crawl and walk on the streets. Now see, this was a condition of which event? Option A, Dandi March. Option B, because of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Option C, civil disobedience movement. Or D, that Swadeshi movement. Right? So think about it. Students, look. Our chapter starts from 1915 with the entry of Gandhiji. So Swadeshi movement is not at all a possible answer because this we studied in class 8, 1905. Okay, so this option is eliminated. Dandi March, no, nothing is related to Dandi March here. Dandi March was a salt satyagrah started by Gandhiji. Now the options are either civil disobedience movement or Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So in this picture there is nothing like movement, but what happened after Jallianwala Bagh massacre? The people started questioning the British officials, and in response they retaliated, and they were giving us more stiff response, right? More bad response to us. In that response, when the people were revolting against them, questioning them, they asked them to crawl on the streets, rub the nose of the people on the street. I literally get every time goosebumps when I study about Jallianwala Bagh or when I talk about Jallianwala Bagh. So this is the picture from the incident Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, next here is, see, here we have a description: General Dyer crawling orders being administered by British officer in Amritsar, Punjab, 1919. Get it? Okay, which of the following thing is held by Jawaharlal Nehru in his image? So this is an image of Jawaharlal Nehru. You can see one thing in the hand of Jawaharlal Nehru. There is a book on which poster is there. Okay, see, I'll zoom out if you can't see this. There is a poster. The poster speaks about what? Option A, discovery of India. Option B, that's Bhagavad Gita. Option C, Bharat Mata or Hind Swaraj. Right? So Hind Swaraj was a magazine. It is not. Discovery of India is a book written by Jawaharlal Nehru. This book is not. It's not Bhagavad Gita. Rather, there is a picture of Bharat Mata here. Okay, the map of India is drawn and the picture of Bharat Mata is there. Next one, which of the following options best signify the event in the given picture? You might be thinking that, ma'am, in so hurry, you're just describing the questions. Students, I just don't want to waste your time before your pre-boards and boards, particularly. And the second most important thing, I'm just discussing how the question comes in your exams. This is an idea video that, yeah, questions can come like this, and all these questions are taken after so much of research, right? So do not forget to download the link I have given to you of the WhatsApp channel. From there you will get the PDF, right? Not only this, you can get maths ke formula sheets, science ke formula sheets, and many more such well prepared by our teachers from Deeksha Vedantu after particular research. Okay, next is, which of the following option best signifies the events in the given picture? Now here is also an event, right? You can see there are these are the pictures. There you can see the map of moon and star here. So the picture is of option A, people celebrating Baisakhi. I don't think this is it. People participating in Khilafat committee. Now this map can divert us that this is a picture from there, right? The boycott of foreign cloth in non-cooperation movement or the participation in civil disobedience movement. So whenever you notice this picture, see, there is one charkha in between, a large charkha, right, which is talking about khadi clothes, that let us popularize the indigenous clothes made by India and boycott the foreign clothes. So option C is very much correct over here. Get it? Next one, see, the boycott of foreign clothes, July 1922. See a picture, the given picture is associated with which event? Do you literally remember these pictures when you read the chapter? If not, this is a critical situation. That's the reason we made videos, okay? So the given picture is associated with which event? See, this picture is something like that, people lying, many people were killed. Option A, that's calling off non-cooperation movement. Option B, start of civil disobedience movement. C, that's Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Or D, that start of non-cooperation movement. Students, if we talk about this, the given picture is associated with which event? This is calling off non-cooperation movement. So non-cooperation movement was started by Mahatma Gandhi as a response to Rowlatt Satyagrah, end of Rowlatt Satyagrah, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Khilafat issue, and for the demand of Swaraj. But what happened? Violence happened. People were peacefully doing processions, and somewhere the police came, hit them, started violence, and in response, Indian peoples did what? They burned the police station, right? And they were peacefully doing the possessions, na, then what was the problem by Britishers? If you will do violence, you will get the violence. This is what happened at Chauri Chaura, Gorakhpur, UP. But Gandhiji never supported violence. Sorry if I said somewhere non-violence, it's violence, okay? So Gandhiji never supported violence. So what happened? It was calling off the non-cooperation movement, because in this event, when fire was broke at the police station, 22 British men were killed. Okay? Chalo. Next one. Chauri Chaura, 1922, Gorakhpur. Always read the boxes given below the pictures. This is how you will score 80 on 80. Okay? Who is sitting in the extreme left in this meeting of Indian National Congress? Now this is a crazy question. In this picture, who is sitting to the extreme left? By how can we recognize, as NCERT has not even given us this clear picture? So this is the extreme left. Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, B.N. Rao or Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. I particularly want the answer of this question from you in the comment section. Okay, although I'll give the answer to you in the last of the video, but comment down right now, right, and tell me that who is sitting in the extreme left of this picture, right? Let me see how much you know about history. So answer is there, don't see here, but okay. Along with Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, who is another nationalist in this picture. See, this is the picture, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, one more person is there, right? By the look, we can understand that this person is from Islam, right? Option A, is it Maulana Abul Kalam Azad? B, Muhammad Ali Jinnah? C, Sayyid Ahmad Khan? Or it's D, that's Abdul Ghaffar Khan? So it is option A. The person here is Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, the first education minister of India, right? And worked very much with in the alliance with Indian National Congress for the freedom. Somewhere we went back to, let's come back to our question. Sorry for this inconvenience. Coming back with Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. And here is the description. Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Maulana Azad at Sevagram Ashram, Wardha. Sevagram Ashram was Gandhiji's ashram at Wardha, okay? And this picture is from 1935. Which of the following best signifies the image of Bal Gangadhar Tilak? This is again from the chapter India. At last we can see that what basically led to the rise of nationalism among the common peoples of India. Right? So there was folklores, folk culture, stories, music, many more things, pictures of Bharat Mata, etc. Vande Mataram. So from this picture we are talking about whom? Who is this person? Do you remember? One of the greatest person in the Indian history, freedom struggle particularly. Option A, symbol of Ashok pillar. Option B, Shri Krishna Rath in Mahabharat. Option C, it symbolizes rising sun. Or it's D, that symbol of unity. Do you know? In this picture, Bal Gangadhar Tilak is there, right? See, every corner, like how you need to look when you talk about history. In every corner you can see that there are, like, lion is there, right? British map is also there. Some king or queen picture is there. Then we have Bharat Mata picture. Okay, then you can see Taj Mahal is there, a temple is there. So what it is talking about, you know, and the quote is written here, Swadeshi and Swadeshi will be our any for over. Something is not clear, but it's here. Fine. So it's a symbol of unity, United Nation. They are talking about United Nation. There are pictures of church, temples, Taj Mahal and masjid too. Okay, so this is here, church, masjid from the central figure. Okay, how is Bharat Mata portrayed in the above picture? Do you know this is Bharat Mata? Actually, the Bharat Mata we see right now is one of the form, but the original one that was made in that time, the initial ones particularly, was this Bharat Mata. Right? And this picturizes what? Portrayed was what? Option A, ascetic. Option B, divine. C, spiritual. Or D, that's all of these. So what do you think? In the box given in the description, it clearly says that this picture of Bharat Mata that was made by Abanindranath Tagore, right, in the year 1905 during the time Swadeshi movement was going in India. Notice that the mother figure here is shown as dispensing learning, food and clothing. The mala is in one hand, emphasizes her ascetic quality, right? Do you know what's ascetic quality? Spiritual particularly. Abanindranath Tagore like Ravi Verma. Now, who is Ravi Verma? And one more MCQ comes from here. Here they are saying Abanindranath Tagore like Ravi Verma. Now who is Abanindranath Tagore? Abanindranath Tagore is a painter. Then who might be Ravi Verma? He is also a painter. Okay. Try to develop a style of painting that can be truly seen as Indian. So this is an aesthetic figure. And do you know one very interesting question that came in the previous year question paper, and it can be repeated. Compare the picture of Germania and Bharat Mata. See how they can challenge you in history. Okay, be prepared. Which event in this picture is referring to? Options are, see this picture first. Now move to the options. Spanish conquest of America, B. Silk Route, C. Irish potato famine, or D. None of the above. This is taken from the chapter of history, Global World wala, the making of global world. Okay, there we read one incident of Irish potato famine. What happened? If we talk about Ireland, right, the people of Ireland, the Europeans find out America, colonized America, and from there they bought potato, right? Now potato was cheap, easily grown in the soil of Ireland. The people who were suffering from hunger issues, right, it was grown in speed, right? People became totally dependent on potato for food. Now what happens, once there was a disease that spread in potato, right, in the farms of potato. Now what happened? Famine occurred, Irish potato famine. Okay, so this picture is from the event Irish potato famine. My dear students, it's not only history from where questions, picture-based questions or image-based question comes, but from civics too. Okay, now you might be thinking, ma'am, is there economics too? Yes. No worries, this is why we made this video. So, the cartoon below depicts Germany's government that was formed after the 2005 elections. Now, see, it included the two major parties of the country, namely the Christian Democratic Union and the Social Democratic Party. Two parties are there, major parties are there, Christian Democratic Party and Social Democratic Party. The two parties are historically competing with each other. By since ages, they are competing with each other, biggest competitor. But in 2005 election, none of them get the maximum votes, which were required to claim their majority. Now what happened? They came together and formed the coalition government. Which of the following option best explains the coalition? See, this is a picture. Option A, coalition government. B, two-party system. Option C, democratic government. Or option D, that's bi-party system. Basically, this question has a loophole. What is that loophole? The answer is coalition government. And when I was reading this, I read cartoon as coalition. So I gave the answer back. Okay. No worries. Now read, which of the following option best explains the picture? So this picture explains the coalition government when none of the party, Christian Democrats or Social Democrats, were able to prove majority. Both of them came together and formed what? Coalition. Right? Now imagine there is a four-wheeler, right? And in the front seats, both of the seats have a steering. Both of them are driving. What do you think? What will happen? Accident. The similar such accident held in Germany when both the government was running. Not possible, by crazy, right? Next, what does the following picture depicts about the center-state relation? Now, this caricature making is very great, right? See this picture, how beautifully they design here. So if we talk about this picture, basically this is caricature of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. However, his government was just perfect, right? The reign of Atal Bihari Vajpayee is worth, what we can say, worth to be glorified. So if we talk about his government, this was the first time that India witnessed the culture of running a dash government. You need to tell that. So what you can see that in the chair of Atal Bihari Vajpayee is getting support from some of the people. See there are symbols also of even the political parties, and in this picture itself something is written which is the answer of this question. Option A, the state pledged for more powers. B, the state have equal powers. C, perils of running a coalition government. Or D, that's none of these. Answer right now in the comment box, because I'm not going to tell you this. Okay, next one. The cartoon shows in this picture is the Berlusconi. He became the prime minister of which country? So Berlusconi, this picture is something from there, and he became the prime minister of option A, Italy, Germany, France, or option D, that's Austria. Let me tell you about this picture. He was basically the prime minister from Italy. Okay, what happened? He was a big businessman. Okay, big businessman owning the newspapers, TVs, magazine, news channels. Now when he became prime minister, what do you think he might be showing on the TV? That I am bad, my policies are bad? Not at all. So actually that's not democratic in sense, but yeah, this is it. Okay, get that question? Let us move to the next one. Fine. The cartoon shows several stones labelled with different public demands being thrown at a man sitting on the rock labelled democracy. Now there is a person sitting on a rock labelled as democracy, consider itself the prime minister of a nation. Now all the people are throwing some demands on the prime minister by I want this, unemployment is the issue. Educated unemployment is the issue. We are not having food, we are not having jobs, etc. Okay, because in this you can see protest against police excesses, to get a separate state, demand for a separate state, students demand, and many more. Where can this be possible? Option A, democracy easily solve all issues without pressure. Is it? B, democracy faces multiple challenge and public demand simultaneously. Option C, democracy does not allow people to protest. Option D, democracy only deals with student related issues. So I don't think first one is correct, because everyone have pressure in a democratic setup. Option C again is not correct, because we are allowed to protest. This is one of the feature of democratic setup we studied in class 9th. It only deals with student related. This is also wrong. Which is the correct option? C is the correct option to this question. Get it? Okay. And this is all about all the important image based questions for your class 10. And my dear students, this is how you completed all the pictures. What I consider to be most important, again I want to tell you, do you want this PPT? Do you want the PDF? Join the WhatsApp channel given in the link right now. The link given in description right now. And what are you waiting for? Not yet subscribe the YouTube channel. Deeksha Vedantu is totally made for class 10 students, where we are teaching everything in English, because you're going to write your exam in English, right? So hope you just enjoyed this video. Wait for my next one, which is going to be crazy for all those students who face difficulties in solving case-based questions.